Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the basics of Redux, basic state management essentials. Discover how Redux simplifies state management in JavaScript applications. This refresher focuses on core concepts using practical to-do list example, helping developers building scalable, predictable apps efficiently. First, we are discussing what is Redux. Redux is a library used for state management. State refers to the current data or status of your application. For example, the item in a shopping cart, user login status, or preferences in a typical application without Redux managing state across multiple components can be tricky. Data might get out of sync of leading to bugs can unexpected behavior. Redux solves this by giving us a single source of truth. This means all the important data of the app is stored in one place called store. This makes debugging easier and you always know where your data is coming from. Redux is also predictable. That means if the state changes up, it happens, it controlled way using actions and reduces which we'll discuss next. What is, and next coming to the point, what is state management? State management controls and organizes dynamic data across in your app. It ensures predictable, scalable, and maintainable code by centralizing updates. Handles user interactions like clicks or form submissions, keeping the UI with backend changes. Without app become chaotic especially as complexity grows. Core concepts of Redux. There are three types: store, actions, reducers. Firstly, discussing about store. The store concept you can think of the store as a central warehouse where all our apps data live. Instead storing data in multiple places, we keep it one location. For our shopping cart, that store keeps track of all items that the user has debugged. That quantity each item may be even at the total price. The store has a few important responsibilities. First, it holds the current state of the app. Second, it allows components to access the state whenever they need it. Third, it lets update the state control way through the something called dispatching actions. And finally, it can notify of our app whenever the state change that user interface updates automatically. An analogy: imagine warehouse storing all the products for an online store. Whenever someone wants to add remove our products, they don't go directly to the managers who updates the stock. The store in Redux works in very similar way. In simple way, the single source truth holds the entire application state as a tree-like structure, accessible from anywhere in your code. And the second concept is actions. Plain object describing the happened events like user, click, add, or data fetched. They trigger state changes. Each action has a type that describes what happened. For example, in a shopping cart, actions should add item, remove item. Actions can also carry additional information called payload. For instance, the user adds as a laptop to the cart. The actions will carry the laptop details and its payload. Think of actions as requests sent to the warehouse. You might send a request, please add this item to the cart or remove this item. Thus, warehouse doesn't change anything on its own until the manager decides how to process the request. In Redux Manager, is called the reducers. Our next concept is reducers, pure functions that specify how the state updates based on actions. They take current state, actions, return new immutability. They never change the current state directly. Instead, they return a new state object. This is important for keeping state predictable and avoiding unexpected debugs. Using our shopping cart analogy, for example, you using a shopping cart to add item, the manager checks the request updates the warehouse records accordingly. If the actions remove item, the manager removes the item and updates the stock. This process ensures the warehouse or store always reflects the correct state. The next to-do list scenario, starting simple. Imagine a billing basic to-do list app. It begins with an empty start task like ready for user interview. The Redux stores initializes as an empty array. This represents the initial state where no task exists. Users will add, complete or remove tasks, each interaction dispatching actions to update the store dynamically. The UI reflects the changes in real time, demonstrating Redux powers interactive apps. Actions in action. There are three examples in actions: add task, complete task, delete task. Add task. Action type is to add to do, plain order by groceries. Dispatches the store appending the new task to the list. Second one is complete task. Action type toggle todo, payload task early, and mark as a specific task as done toggling its completion status. Delete task. Action type delete todo, payload task early removes the task from the store, updating the UI instantly. Reduces updating state immediately. Reducers receive the current state and action. They retain a new state object without mutating the original. There are examples for add, for complete, for remove. For add state ID data, text action payload complete false. For complete task completed. This immutability ensures predictable behavior and easier time travel debugging. Benefits of Redux state management. There are three benefits. Predictable transitions, easy debugging, scales for complexity. First one, predictable transition. Actions and reducers create clear audit trail of state changes, making app behavior reliable across updates. Easy debugging. Tools look Tools like Redux editors let us inspect actions, replay sessions, and track state history effortlessly. Scales for complexity. Ideal for large interactive apps with shared data. Handles user the API data and UI sync seamlessly. And next one, deep dive implementing the stores. Create the store using Redux create functions, passing your root reducers. Import create store from Redux. Constant store is equals to create store. Substitute components to the for real-time UI updates. This centralized states reducing props, drilling and ensuring all parts of the app stay synchronized. Enhanced with middleware like Redux, then for yes, sync actions such as API calls for task persistence. Putting it all together, full flow, user act task, dispatch actions, reducer updates, states, store, UI, render. The flow of user interacts, action dispatches, reducer computes new state, store updates, components re-render. For example, now the understand the store actions and reduces, let's see how the data flows in. and and the user interacts with the app, for example clicking the add to cart button. This sends an action describing what happened to the Redux store. The reducers receive the action to the current state, calculates the new state, and it returns the store updates with a new state. Finally, the part of app depends on the state automatically updates like the cart icon showing the update number of items. This unidirectional flow ensures the data always flow in predictable manner, making app the easier debug and maintain. Key takes of Redux Essentials. There are three key points. Key takeaways Redux Essentials. First one is store. Centralize the container for app state actions, playnotes describing intended changes, and third one is logic for immutable state. Then to do, firstly you simply way to understand the store holds the entire state of app in a single location. Store handles the entire state of app in a single location. Actions describe what happened. The carry the intentions to the change state. And third one is reducers, pure functions that calculate the new state based on actions. Then to-do list example illustrate how the basic reduce complexity, enabling robust JavaScript. Apply them to streamline your next project. Using Redux provides many benefits, predictable state, updates, centralized management, and easier debugging. By understanding and mastering these basics, these are the topics in Redux basics. So this is our video. In this video, we are discussing about Redux basics and the main concepts store, actions, reduces. And we are discussing about that examples also. Store, actions, reduces. That's all.